this is so juicy. Have y'all heard that story about that girl who was pregnant and her baby daddy literally was abusing her while she was pregnant? And he came to pick her up inside of somebody else's car after she was done working a 9-hour shift while she was pregnant, hadn't eaten all day because she does hair. And her baby daddy came to pick her up and didn't put gas in the car, even though she gave him gas money. Then the car stopped. And when the car stopped, he started abusing her and made her walk to the gas station with him. I'm about to read it to you. Y'all, I'm about to read it to you. Listen, this is just a portion of it. I'm on page 306. This is juicy. It's called Faith, Family, Freedom, the Rosie Experience. Now listen. As his temper tantrum continued, I was praying to God that whatever he decided to do to me was not fatal. A few moments later, he grabbed his guns and said, "Come on, B, we gonna walk to get some gas. You're fat A walking too." Never mind the fact that we could have called a cab or an Uber. He wanted my tired, hungry, pregnant self to walk God knows how far in the winter to a gas station to get gas that he could have gotten before the car stopped, as I handed him the money once I got in the car. I wanted to say no, but saying no to him never ended well, and he was already threatening to shoot me with his gun, so I got up and started walking. We got halfway to the gas station and he said, "B, you are not my girlfriend. I hate everything about your dumb A, and that is not my effing son in your stomach." He then started to say things like, "If you don't stop crying, I'm going to shoot you right in your dumb A face. You look so effing ugly when you cry. Shut the F up." I started to look around and I saw an exit strategy, so I was going to start screaming and take off running across the busy street. He saw my eyes and he knew what I was going to do, so he pointed his guns at me and said, "Do it if you want to, B. I will shoot you in the back of your effing head." He kept pushing me and punching me in the back of my head. I could no longer take the verbal and physical abuse. Enough was enough, so I got really bold and told him, "Just shoot me. You keep threatening me with those effing guns. Just pull the trigger or shut the F up." That statement coming from me made him laugh. I never talked back to him, so he was confused by my response, and all he could really do was laugh. After that, he said, "I'm not playing. I hate you and all them effing kids. I wish I never got you pregnant. All your daughters are gonna get effing graped like you did. I hope your son dies, B." The fact that my son and one of my daughters were his biologically made me sick to my stomach. I now realize that the demons working in him were either ready for another hit of whatever he was addicted to, were ready for some more sex that he was so addicted to, or maybe he was exhausted and just allowed the intrusive thoughts to take over. But either way, his words were spiritually sent to attack my mind, and the devil kept me in bondage by placing those negative words in my ear. I prayed to God that whole time we walked to the gas station. I was so happy when I saw the bright light in the distance. When we arrived, I noticed that there were no nozzles on the gas tanks. I went inside and asked them why there were no nozzles, and they said that they stopped selling gas at the moment. You could imagine how heartbroken I was. I assumed that all of this walking while being abused would have paid off in the end, only to realize that I needed to go back on the road with this crazy nut and go look for another gas station. I prayed to God again before going outside to tell him what was said to me about there being no gas. After I gave him the bad news, he said, "Well, duh, you dumb B. No gas nozzle means no gas. You so effing dumb, I swear." He was the one who told me to go inside and verify that they did not sell gas, but now I was the dumb one for going to ask. I had now been on my feet for 2 hours past the time I got off of an 8 or 9 hour shift of cutting hair nonstop at Sport Clips. I hadn't eaten since breakfast and my feet were beginning to swell. I also hadn't taken my blood pressure meds or my insulin shot for diabetes, so I was extremely lightheaded. Add on the abuse that he was spewing on top of my physical condition, I was in bad shape. Yet I could not tell him that. He would not have cared had I let him in on how I was feeling. His narcissistic mind could only fathom how he felt and what he wanted. I was not important to him, and neither was his son's life who was growing in my belly. Y'all. Y'all. This book is amazing. This book is amazing. You have to check it out. You can go to rosieexperience.com, ROSIEXPERIENCE.com, and order your copy now on Barnes & Noble or the KDP Amazon website. This book is a testament of what God can do in your life. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I was in an abusive marriage. We were together for almost 7 years. We had a child, and we were taking care of my nephew together. I then got in a relationship for 3.5 years with my next abuser, who was way worse. I didn't think I could get worse than my ex-husband, except my next boyfriend literally broke my jaw and my ribs within 3 years. He would pull guns out on me all the time, threaten my life all the time. I'm a single mother of 4, plus I take care of my nephew, so I have 5 kids. And I moved my kids out of town in 2021. It is now 2025. I am taking care of my children with the grace of God. I have grown in my business. I have grown in my walk with God. I'm continuing to grow every day. I have started to plan a domestic violence conference. I started planning it way back in January. It's now June. My conference will be on October 18th, so be looking out for that. But I definitely encourage everybody to get a copy of this book, because not only do I go in deep detail of how your childhood trauma can cause you to accept certain things, but I also go into great detail on the victim mindset and why somebody will even allow others to victimize them. The types of things that you think about that makes you decide that staying might not be so bad. Like, I literally go into detail of what victims think and why they think what they think. And I also go into detail of how I got out of that mindset and how I'm walking today. So this book will help you understand someone in your life that is going through abuse. It might help you understand yourself if you're going through abuse, and it also will help you out of whatever mindset that you need help out of. God wrote this book. I was just the one with the pen. I pray everybody is blessed by this book. You have a great night.